insofar as to the trustee, whether acting pursuant to autonomous fiduciary impetus or compelled by exigent circumstances. Wait, don't leave. I was just pretending to talk like a lawyer. Lawyers do have a special talent for using special words like heretofore, notwithstanding, thereunder. In this video, I'm going to share with you my 5 tips, hacks on how to turn complex, convoluted legal jargon into plain English. Why is this important? Because for many people, it's what's been holding them back from doing their estate plan. They think, oh, that legal mumbo jumbo, I just can't make sense out of it, which means I'm going to end up making a mistake, so why even get started, right? Don't worry, after this video, you will not be intimidated by legal jargon anymore. In this example, we're going to take a revocable living trust and turn it into plain English. Tip number 1, start with the big picture. You may be tempted to hone in immediately on a paragraph that you find extra confusing, but hold on, let's analyze the entire document so you get a big picture to start with. First thing you do is to upload your revocable living trust. You click the plus sign for ChatGPT. By the way, feel free to use other chatbots that you prefer. So I've uploaded the PDF document, and now it's time to ask ChatGPT to summarize the document. A good prompt starts with the context. What is the environment? What is the need? And then it continues to the actual task. And it talks about the format that you want your response in. A great plus is also if you have an example. So here we go. Great. So it did what you asked it. It summarizes each article with a heading and 3 to 7 bullets for each article. This is such a great way to get a big overview of your document. All right, now let's go to tip number 2. So tip number 2 is when you can hone in on specific paragraphs that you are especially interested in or specific paragraphs that you find extra confusing. All right, you can either copy and paste the text, or you can also capture a screenshot of the text and paste it into ChatGPT as an image. For the prompt, I simply say, explain this to a 12-year-old. Now, I know you're more than 12 years old, but we put our ego aside here. Sometimes I've even said explain it to a 10-year-old if I find the concept extra confusing. And then I simply paste the text that I want it to explain. There you go. So it explains it in plain English. Tip number 3, ask for examples. The more you're engaged, the more you'll learn, right? So after it gives it an example, think about a follow-up question or think about a twist in the scenario. Let's look at a section that I extracted from a living trust document. Wow, what a transformation. When I first read the legal version, I could not make heads or tails out of it. But after I read the plain English version, interestingly, when I went back to the legal version, it actually started to make sense. Don't forget to ask for examples. They're very helpful in affirming your understanding of the topic. Continue the conversation with a follow-up question or a different scenario. Okay, now it's time to step outside of ChatGPT to look for other resources. Here I am asking ChatGPT to provide URL of 3 YouTube videos. I also specified the criteria for selecting the YouTube videos. Let's start on this task. Voila! We've got our videos. And not only is this image clickable so you go straight to the video, but before you do that, there's information that you asked for. It also gives me a 1-line summary of the video. This is just amazing. Here's the next video, Revocable Living Trust Explained, and we requested that the 3 videos are from 3 different channels, so you can get exposure to different channels talking about the same topic. Let's recap the 5 tips. First, get the big picture, get the lay of the land, especially if you're working with multi-page PDF documents. Second, hone in certain sections that are extra confusing or extra convoluted. Third, ask ChatGPT to give you examples. And fourth, follow up with questions, a different scenario, testing out what ifs. And finally, don't forget to reach out to resources outside GPT. And all the prompts that I used today, I will put it into a document where you can link to at the bottom of this video. The last thing I want to mention is about this concern that uploading your revocable living trust online would make it part of the ChatGPT database. That is not true. But if you're really concerned, what you can do is you can go to the chat history on the left and click this 3 dots and delete the entire chat session. By the way, for the record, I have the utmost respect for attorneys. They know how to analyze and interpret the laws of the land. You can't do that, can you? I can't. They craft estate planning tech strategies that can save us a lot of money. They also prevent us from doing stupid things that could land us in tax jail. Attorneys are not trying to be confusing, they're just trying to be precise. Okay, so I just want all the attorneys out there to know that I need you, you need them, we all need you.